to everybody who has joined the live here today. So I hope that you all saw the video before. Well, on behalf of Ondo, I am hosting this show today. So I'm going to repeat the agenda again. So the whole agenda of hosting this show called Hello Professionals is so that students and affiliates like you and me can understand more about the industry. So we are going to be inviting and adding few professionals who have had years of experience in the industry, and they are going to tell us more about their experience, and they're going to help us and guide us to be better at this. So like I said, this is sponsored by Ondo, so I would like to add somebody that you all already know. So I'm going to add Safna ma'am now she is one of the founders of Ondo, and she will tell us more about Ondo. Good evening.
Hi, Sneha. Am I live?
Yes,
Audible?
Yes, ma'am, you
Yes.
are.
Ondo actually, maybe നമ്മളൊരു 2019 just start ചെയ്തൊരു പ്ലാനിങ് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്തിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ കുറെ റൈറ്റ് COVID-19 അങ്ങനെ. അപ്പൊ പിന്നെ നമ്മൾ ഇപ്പം ആക്ച്വലി വി ഹാവ് ലോഞ്ച്ഡ് വൺ കോഴ്സ് ACCA. Ondo is actually ഒരു നമ്മൾ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ഓൺലൈൻ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം ആയിട്ട്. So that's why the name Ondo, do it online tagline വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. So it's completely an online platform, be it working professionals, bachelors, everything. നമ്മൾ കുറച്ചും കൂടി കൺവീനിയന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ക്ലാസ് അറ്റ്മോസ്ഫിയർ കൊടുക്കാനായിട്ടാണ്. ആൻഡ് നമ്മൾ പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം ചെയ്യുന്നത് ബോത്ത് നമുക്ക് ആപ്ലിക്കേഷനിലും ഉണ്ട് വെബ്സൈറ്റിലും ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പം സ്റ്റുഡൻസിന് മൊബൈലിലും കാണാം ആൻഡ് ലാപ്ടോപ്പിലും യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം. കാരണം നമുക്ക് കോഴ്സസ് വരുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ ഇപ്പം ഇനി വരാൻ പോകുന്ന കോഴ്സസ് അനൗൺസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്ന കോഴ്സസ് എല്ലാം വി നീഡ് ലാപ്ടോപ്സ്. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ കോഴ്സസ് രണ്ട് പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോംസിലും കൊടുക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. At the moment, അത്രയേ ഉള്ളൂ. And yet lot of courses has to be announced, lot of surprises has to be announced, so you have to wait.
Well, we can't wait for those surprises, ma'am. Ma'am, one of the founders are Nkariam. Can you also tell me about the core team members of Ondo?
Actually, core team members നമുക്ക് announce ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടില്ല. It is yet to announce actually, but then yeah, for the time being, I'm an ACCA professional, so it's not like എല്ലാവരും ACCA അല്ല. We have a team mixed up with a lot of other professional qualifications as well. Some are CFA, some are CIMAs. So പല qualifications നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ team അങ്ങനെയാണ്. So we'll be very soon announcing the team.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for joining this live. You have definitely made this more lovely and lively. So, okay. So, I'm going to give an introduction about the rest of the guests. So, just a second.
Yes.
So, I don't know if they are right now available, but still, since we have a lot of...
They are available actually. I think Jasmine and both Santosh is there actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are audible.
So before
am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
So before we start the session, I would like to give the viewers a little introduction about both of you. So today we have Mr. Santosh here. Now he is an audit manager and he also has years of experience with the other Big Four firms. Can you just wave so that the viewers knows?
Hi.
Yeah, okay. So we also have Mr. Justin Jose here. Now he is the HR. Even he has years of experience working with the other Big Four firms. I think he's having a little bit of network issue right now.
Yeah, a little bit of connection issue.
So okay, so I would like
to Jasmine is on, I think. It's not
okay. So I would like
Jasmine,
to welcome you both again.
Yeah, I just missed in between a little, so
I was just introducing you didn't miss much.
yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the questions if you don't mind.
Sure,
yeah. If you want to before we start with the questions, if you want to speak something you want to Jasmine or Santosh before we start with the questions.
Yeah.
Sure. So Shafna and I forgot your name.
My name is
Neha. Neha, yeah. So I'll just give a brief and then probably we will start off with the questions and probably Santosh can take over from there. So I'm working with the Big Four industries from almost from 2012. So that's my experience. I'm predominantly working with tax, audit, advisory. I work with knowledge services, and also with transnational advisory services. So most of the in
Yeah.
fact the other IT and non-IT services, of
Yes.
course, both. So most of my experience with audit as HR business partner in this one or two audit firms as HRVP. So a couple of things that I want to say you is that I myself is an advocate for this ACCA. In fact, I advise my brother to do it, and he is doing his ACCA.
Yeah.
And ACCA is something wherein which you know these days you guys have a lot of scope in terms of getting a job. So if you ask me, if somebody comes and asks me if they want to do a MBA or probably a course like a CPA or an SCC, I would always say that CPA and SCA, because the possibility of getting job is like 100%. I would say 150% most probably, because once you get the certification, right? So the scope of getting a job is sure shot. But when you go for MBA, it always matter which college you have studied, and which I mean what kind of specialization that you are into and stuff like that. But for ACCA, you have a wide scope in terms of the subject and maybe the kind of different businesses that we are into. So if you ask me if you are an ACCA or a C or a CP or a maybe yeah, predominantly these three are the three of the demanding courses that we have. So you have always opportunities available at audit, tax, US tax, and the MENA tax always that we have, and then the transaction advisory service. Doesn't matter which region you belong to, but you get a lot of opportunities there. And then we have a lot of other knowledge, I mean research related subjects, where in which these guys these days we always prefer ACCAs especially. And I know the fact that there are a lot of banks who recruit ACCAs these days, because they also have a little on the research and other things that they invest on these ACCAs. So um, these are some of the things I want to
Bank,
cover.
can I interrupt? As in bank എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ as in ഇപ്പം കേരളത്തിൽ there like banks that recruit ACCAs, because I know it's kind of easy to like for CAs ആണെങ്കിൽ അവർക്ക് കുറച്ചും കൂടി maybe കേരള അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇന്ത്യ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് ഇവിടുത്തെ ബാങ്ക്സിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ നോക്കിയാണ്. I wanted to know like ACCAs ഇവിടെ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇന്ത്യയിൽ ബാങ്കിങ് സെക്ടേഴ്സിൽ എങ്ങനെയാണ് സ്കോപ്പ്?
So in a banking sector, not in the typical bank office that they, it's not in
Yeah.
the exact bank branches. It would be on the corporate that they hire people for different jobs, probably on research, or maybe some job that a CA does, maybe something equivalent to that. Is what
Yes,
they're
yes.
not in a branch. Okay, I mean if you get wrong, so it's
Yeah.
not in a branch. It's in the corporate offices. They always prefer SCCAs. It's one of the choice that they always take it. And of late, the scope of ACCA. In fact, the Big Four that I work, I don't want to call out the name because I have certain restrictions to promote that. But there are other Big Fours also take professionals from the ACCA schools, because the numbers that you get it, especially from a number perspective, you guys are more than DS, and predominantly UK is some region. I think Santosh, you're working with UK region right now, right?
No. I'm with Meena.
You are still okay. So UK is a region where in which we always hunt for people. It's not only qualified people. We always take people. Not only we, in fact, all the Big Fours, and now I would say it's not Big Fours, it's Big Seven. If I would like to call out BDO and H&R Block and GT, these are three other has come into the picture, and they also hire a lot in terms of these skill sets. And I do see a lot of I have a lot of friends in BDO and GT, so they all have put a lot of posts for these hirings for ACCA semi-qualified. Trust me, guys, if you do a PG, which is a correspondence, MCOM correspondence, along with an ACCA 9 paper, you get a job. It's not that you need to complete, but the pay may not be equivalent to an ACCA, but ACCA certified professional, but you get a job. That's what I was trying to say. So some big fours, the qualification is mandatory, but you have a scope, and especially in Middle East, just go to. I mean, I can prove that, because see, just go to LinkedIn and just type as ACCA and go to click on content. Just click on content and you get the search there, and you see a list of openings which are posted in LinkedIn from the world. I mean, throughout the world. It's not only India. It's not only pertaining to India or Middle East or Bangalore or Hyderabad. It's from the world. So I do the search always. How's the scope and how's the job market. So I do a lot of researches in LinkedIn to understand job markets. So if you just do a content search on LinkedIn, you would be able to see the kind of openings that you get it. Just type ACC and do it. That's the way that I would say that if you are a fresher, if you want to find out some openings via LinkedIn is the best source now for getting a job. So please, if you're not,
if I can interrupt, I think Sneha will be running out of questions. As in, all of the answers are being given.
He's covering
The
everything.
first place.
Yeah, that's okay. I can so that Santosh can speak more from a technical perspective.
No.
So
go ahead, Jaswin. No worries.
Yeah, so I'll just wind up in 15 minutes. So guys, predominantly what I want to cover is that be confident, and it will take some time. May take maybe 4 or 5 or 6 years. This ACCA is not an easy cake, so it will take time. So if you don't clear first attempt or second attempt or third attempt, don't get demotivated. You have the time. You just do it. Also, in case if you're not able to clear, probably if you have cleared 8 or 9 papers, slowly started a job. So when you get this experience, that always will help you to be a member in the future. Like I think you need to have 3 years of experience to become affiliate, right? Not a member, it's an affiliate. Yeah, member. Yeah. So that experience that you can earn, and you can keep that with you. So when you complete your SSA properly, if you have the experience, again things will be easy for you. So with that note, I will just pause here. I'll come back. I'll give some time to Santosh to talk and talk more about this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jaswin.
Yeah. Do you want to just start as to speak, or do you want questions?
To give you specific questions.
Anyway, it's fine, Safina. We'll go straight to the questions. Let's not bore the people who have, with too much of myself. No, that's what I meant. Because it's all for them, right?
Okay. So since you're in the audit field, what would you like to tell a fresher? Like, what do the companies right now expect from freshers? From an audit point of view.
I think, first of all, that many of the companies, the hiring was a little bit on the downturn in the last 1 year, right? Okay. So freshers are somebody who form a very critical part in most of our organization, especially if you take Big Four or, any of the accounting or auditing firms. Freshers form a very big, major chunk, because one fresher who is joining today might be sitting as a manager or a senior tomorrow. So it's very important that we invest in freshers. And it's very important that, it should be a win-win situation, right? We need their support. We need fresh ideas. We need fresh, skill sets. We need the fresh thoughts that come into the organization. And who knows, this lot will be the future leaders of the organization. Everybody who is sitting at the leadership position has once started from that position, right? As a fresher. So one thing I would like to say is that, try to know what you actually want. It should not be just, I've seen a lot of people coming to Big Four just to get that brand name in your resume. Maybe the first year or a second year. The second thing is that, make sure that, I can see one comment, can we go bilingual? Sure.
As I said, fine. I'm good for that.
Sure. So, make sure that you have a direction when you come. Don't come just for, it's not Big Four alone. As Jaswin rightly pointed out, there are a lot of top 10 firms which are there, some very good reputed firms. So, just have a clear-cut idea. Am I applying to a particular job? Where do I want to see myself? Is it something that I'm going to enjoy doing? Many people figure out whether they enjoy or not after joining, right? So just have a thought. If you're coming to a Big Four, auditing thaniyano ente sherikkulla passion. Ado njan finance lottano pondrathu. or is there any other vertical for me which I'm more interested? എനിക്ക് ടാസ് അതായത് ട്രാൻസാക്ഷൻ അഡ്വൈസറി സർവീസ്, മെർജേഴ്സ് ആൻഡ് അക്വിസിഷനിലാണോ താല്പര്യം, ഷെയർ വാല്യുവേഷൻസ്, ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റ് ബാങ്കിങ്, ഏതിലാണ് താല്പര്യം? നിങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ ആ സബ്ജക്റ്റിനോട് ഏതിനാണോ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കുറച്ച് എക്സ്ട്രാ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് തോന്നുന്നത്, ട്രൈ ഇറ്റ് ഔട്ട്. ഡോണ്ട് ജസ്റ്റ് ഗോ വിത്ത് എ ഹേർഡ് മെന്റാലിറ്റി. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഏതാണോ തോന്നുന്നത്, ബിക്കോസ് ദാറ്റ് പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ വെർട്ടിക്കൽ will take you much faster to a bigger destination than if you go in a group wise. So first thing which I wanted is
most of the times we really don't know what is out there in the world, right? Like until and unless you take a job, it's really like what you learn in the books is totally different from what you actually do. So how can you, like, do you have a suggestions to the students, like something
absolutely
that you can
true, Sneha. Absolutely true. അത് എല്ലാവർക്കും അങ്ങനെ തന്നെയാണ്. ഞാൻ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്ത് കുറെ വർഷം എടുത്തിട്ടാണ് എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലായത് എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഫീൽഡിൽ ഉള്ളത്. ഇത് ഐ എം എ ക്വാളിഫൈഡ് ചാർട്ടേഡ് അക്കൗണ്ടന്റ് ബൈ ദ വേ. എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് നമുക്കുള്ള ഓപ്ഷൻസ് ഉള്ളത്. നമുക്ക് പണ്ട് പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ you follow your friend, okay? Some of your friends join the particular firm, or you have a lot of people who knows over there, so they referred you. But I think ഇന്നത്തെ കാലത്തെ പിള്ളേര് എന്താ പറയാ, they are more focused on what they actually want. I would say better than us, I would say. കാരണം ഞാനൊക്കെ അന്ന് പോയപ്പോ കുറച്ച് ഹേർഡ് മെന്റാലിറ്റി ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, ബിഗ് ഫോർ you wanted to do, and ആർട്ടിക്കിൾഷിപ്പ് കഴിഞ്ഞു, CA കഴിഞ്ഞു, അപ്പൊ ഓഡിറ്റ് തന്നെ അതെന്നുള്ളത്. But I'll tell something very crucial. This is something that I have learned over the years. നമ്മൾ വിചാരിക്കുന്ന പോലെ ഒന്നോ രണ്ടോ സർവീസ് ലൈനോ വെർട്ടിക്കലോ അല്ല ശരിക്കും നമ്മുടെ ഫീൽഡിൽ, വെദർ യു ആർ എൻ ACCA or CA ഉള്ളത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ I'll just give you a few insights that I am aware of. നമുക്കിപ്പോ ഫസ്റ്റ് നമ്മൾ പഠിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് നമുക്ക് മെയിൻലി ഉണ്ടാവുക സ്റ്റാറ്റ് ഓഡിറ്റ് അറിയാം, ചിലപ്പോ ചില ആൾക്കാർക്ക് ഇന്റേണൽ ഓഡിറ്റ് അറിയുണ്ടാവും, or the third option that will come is probably finance, right? So it will either be as an accountant or as an auditor. ഈ രണ്ട് വെർട്ടിക്കലായിരിക്കും നമ്മൾ എപ്പോഴും കൂടുതൽ ചിന്തിക്കുക that we will probably end up in. But there are a lot of avenues that has opened up. For example, even within internal audit, there are some specifications like forensics. There are things like ethics and compliance. There are things like fraud examination. So investigation. So these are things that most of us are not aware of at this point of time. ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും we would have heard of certifications like CIA, Certified Internal Auditor. We would have heard certifications like CFE, Certified Fraud Examiner. We would have heard of CIMA. We would have heard of Diploma in IFRS. So many certifications. But ഇതൊക്കെ എവിടെ ചെന്നാണ് എത്തുന്നത്? എന്ത് ജോലിയാണ് ഇവരൊക്കെ അൾട്ടിമേറ്റ്ലി ചെയ്യുന്നത്? സോ ദിസ് ഇസ് വൺ ഏരിയ ദാറ്റ് യു ഷുഡ് ഓൾ കീപ് ഇൻ മൈൻഡ്. അതായത് നിങ്ങൾ പഠിച്ചത് ACCA ഒരുപാട് സബ്ജക്ട്സ് പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. But at the end of the day, or 5 years down the line in your job, you may not be doing everything. You might be probably, turn out to be good in one particular thing. At the end of the day, എനിക്ക് ഞാൻ പേഴ്സണലി പറയാട്ടോ, എന്റെ പേഴ്സണൽ കാര്യത്തില് I don't think I am very suited for finance. എനിക്ക് ഫൈനാൻസ് അത്ര പറ്റില്ല എന്നാണ് എന്റെ പൊതുവെയുള്ള ധാരണ. I took science and then...
I think അവരൊരു question ചോദിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്, do you enjoy being at audit?
Actually, I do enjoy being at audit, but it also depends on what are the opportunities that are thrown at you. അപ്പോ എത്രത്തോളം നമുക്ക് അത് വരുന്നു എന്നുള്ളതനുസരിച്ചിരിക്കും whether I enjoy, and everything is part of it. ആ ഓർഗനൈസേഷനിലുള്ള നമുക്കുള്ള സപ്പോർട്ട്, your peers, everything is part of it. It's not just one person. So now coming back to the main thing, ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യാൻ. ആൻഡ് ആസ് ഫ്രഷേഴ്സ്, those who are about to join in the current year or in the next 2 or 3 years, you have plenty of opportunities which we did not have maybe 7 or 8 years ago. And you should really exploit all these things. For example, if you're something interested in forensics, you should try that out. You should try CFE, Certified Fraud Examiner. Ethics and compliance. What is ethics and compliance? എല്ലാ മൾട്ടിനാഷണൽ കമ്പനീസിലും they have a compliance board, a whistleblower policy, a code of conduct policy. So ഇവിടെയൊക്കെ പൊസിഷൻസിൽ they are taking people from CA, ACCA. ഇവിടെയൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റീസ് ഉള്ളതാണ്. So we should exploit all these verticals. It is not just related to numbers anymore. That's the major thing. പണ്ടൊക്കെ എന്താ പറയാ, CA, ACCA നമ്മൾ വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു കണക്കപ്പിള്ള എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു ഇതിലാണല്ലോ നമ്മളെ വിശേഷിപ്പിക്കാറ്. അപ്പോ അങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു കോൺസെപ്റ്റേ മാറി. വി ആർ നൗ പാർട്ട് ഓഫ് എക്സിക്യൂട്ടീവ് മാനേജ്മെന്റ്. നമുക്ക് അത് ഡിസൈഡ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള പവർ ഉണ്ട് ടു മേക്ക് ഡിസിഷൻസ്. ആ മാനേജ്മെന്റ് പവർ വിതൗട്ട് ദ നീഡ് ടു ഹാവ് എൻ MBA ഡിഗ്രി. അതാണ് ഏറ്റവും എന്താ പറയാ ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് ഓവർ ദെയർ. So ഈ വക
Yeah.
കാര്യങ്ങൾ, then there is one very important thing which is coming up, സിസ. എന്താ പറയുക, ഇത് പണ്ടേ ഉള്ളതാണ്, ബട്ട് ഇപ്പൊ അതിന്റെ പ്രോമിനൻസ് കൂടി വരികയാണ്. ഇഫ് യു ആസ്ക് മീ, two important courses that is going to define in the future if you want to do after your ACCA, one will be CFE, because the cases in fraud is rising like anything, and the other one will be CISA, because everything is automized now, right? The future audit is completely digitized. So having a knowledge on computers, background on IT auditing, ഭയങ്കര സ്കോപ്പുള്ള ഏരിയാസ് ആയിരിക്കും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും, if you want to try out.
Okay, I also have another question for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, audit is still a very good field that has a lot of scope. But do you think that in the future, നമ്മൾ കുറേ പോയി കഴിയുമ്പോൾ ഇപ്പോൾ ടെക്നോളജി ഒക്കെ വളരെ അഡ്വാൻസ് ആയിട്ട് വരുവാണ്. So, do you think that we will still need auditors in the future, like let's say 30 years down the line?
Obviously. So ഇവിടെയാണ് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞ the last point becomes very relevant. See, no matter how much you automate a particular thing, Sneha, you can't take the human element out of it. You still need somebody to operate that thing, right, in the first place. Okay, you can automate, you can have a drone in, instead of carrying an old camera, but you still need somebody to operate that drone camera, right? ആ ഒരു എലമെന്റ് ഒരിക്കലും അവിടുന്ന് മാറുന്നില്ല. സോ എപ്പോഴും നമുക്ക് ആ ഹ്യൂമൻ എലമെന്റ് അതൊന്നും മാറ്റാൻ പറ്റില്ല, ബട്ട് വി നീഡ് ടു ഇവോൾവ് ടു ദാറ്റ്. നാളെ ആ ഡ്രോൺ ഓപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു കപ്പാസിറ്റി നമുക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരണം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ we might become redundant, as you rightly said. So I'm not sugarcoating that 30 years down the line it will be relevant or not. ഒരുപാട് മാറ്റങ്ങൾ എന്തായാലും ഉണ്ടാവും. So if we are now doing audits using data analytics, right? 7-8 years ago that was not the case. We are using data analytics to a very good extent while doing audit. അപ്പോ ആ കാലത്തിനോടനുസരിച്ച് മാറാനാണ് ഏറ്റവും നമുക്ക് വേണ്ടത്. സോ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ നെവർ ഗോ റിഡൻഡന്റ് നമ്മുടെ, ബിക്കോസ് നോബഡി ക്യാൻ റീപ്ലേസ് അവർ ഇന്റലിജൻസ് ആൻഡ് അക്യുമെൻ ഓൺ ദാറ്റ്. So I don't think a robot will ever find a fraud. I think that skepticism is always with the human being.
Okay, thanks for that.
So it will change, but make sure that we move up in along with that change.
Yes.
Okay.
We have to be upgraded ആവണം. Correct. Because നമ്മൾ ജസ്റ്റ് ACCA മേ ബി കുറച്ച് നാൾ കഴിയുമ്പോൾ ACCA മാത്രം ആയിട്ട് ചിലപ്പോൾ പറ്റില്ല. ബിക്കോസ് വി ഹാവ് ടു ഈക്വലി ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ് ഇൻ അവർ സ്കിൽസ് ആസ് വെൽ. സ്കിൽ സെറ്റ്സ് നമ്മൾ പറയില്ല, നാടോടുമ്പോൾ അതിന്റെ കൂടെ പോകണമെന്ന് പറയണ പോലെ നമ്മൾ അതിന്റെ കൂടെ കുറച്ച് നമ്മൾ സ്കിൽസ് അപ്ഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് പോകണം.
Okay, so this is on the
skill sets. See, one is through experience and the other one is through the learning of the course. If you have the certification, people like Jaswin will notice us and then they will call up us. So the other one is through experience. That determines how we will work.
I would like to add a couple of insights there. So see, upskilling and innovation is something that from an HR perspective we always look at these days, right? So there is no point you having only a HSCA degree and the certification. That may be that certification is probably an entry way to a corporate world. So it's your interest, it's your the kind of innovations that you are bringing into the team, and the kind of work matters always. So as I was about to talk about the data analytics aspect. So data analytics is one of the critical parts for the auditors these days. So if you go to any big fours, DNA is something that we always focus, and there are a lot of certifications, short-term certifications, and the long-term certifications which are available for the auditors. These days. So it's always good to have these certifications along with ACCA. If you, I won't say that you do it right away along with ACCA. I won't say that, but over a period of time, because of this automation and the stuff, data analytics plays a vital role in that. So always focus on that upskilling. See, every day we in over my last 12 years, we have taken a lot of effort to taking up certifications or upskilling ourselves with new things. What I was doing from my career perspective, if I talk, what I was doing 10 years back, that job is no more there, because when I started my first job, I was doing the filing as an HR fresher, and probably coordinating interviews in my first job. And filing is no more done by the HR now. It's all automated now, because when somebody joins the organization, they key in all those data in the system, and that is captured in a place. So it is there, but it is not done by us. So what we have done is we have upskilled, we have upskilled ourselves and we have moved on the ladder. So that's why I always talk and when I coach people from my business. So that's something that we always say that you need to upskill. Otherwise, you cannot survive. It's not a government job, right? So if you're getting into a government job, it's fine. But still, these days, even government jobs also you need to upskill a lot. I mean, it's not that government job is also very easy these days, but upskilling is something that you need to focus.
Okay, while since we're on the topic, yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since
You
we're
can
on
go
this topic, do you think that we have to take, a lot of people are ACCAs now. So ഇതിന്റെ കൂടെ വേറെ ഏതെങ്കിലും പ്രൊഫഷണൽ കോഴ്സ് എടുത്താൽ കൊള്ളാമായിരിക്കും എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ like what should we club ACCA with? I'm talking about professional courses.
Not a professional course, but I would suggest is that ACC itself is a professional course, and it has a very good value, and it's a very tough thing to complete ACC in 2 years. So if you're not a graduate, pursue your BCom along with ACCA, and post that you complete your MCom along with ACCA in this time frame, because some of the big fours and some of the countries always prefer people with this graduation and post graduation. That is something important. You don't have to go for a full-time course, but take these courses, because at times you may not get an opportunity because you may not have a graduation, right? So when you study ACCA, I am like sure that you don't have to separately study for BCom. It's an issue. Probably you have to spend a week time for your exams. That's not beyond that. So try to get your degrees. Degree matters a lot for different countries, different regions, because then when they select people, they look at all that. So that's something that I would advise.
Because this is something all of our students are very concerned about. ഒരുപാട് സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ഈ സെയിം ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിക്കും. നമ്മൾ ലൈക് ബികോം ചെയ്യാതെ നമുക്ക് എഫ് ലെവൽസ് വെച്ച് മാത്രം, അതായത് 9 പേപ്പേഴ്സ് മാത്രം കയറിക്കൂടെ, ബികോം ഇല്ലാത്തതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ റിജക്ട് ചെയ്തു. അപ്പം ദേ വെരി കൺസേൺഡ്. അപ്പൊ ഇതൊരു കോമൺ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആയിരുന്നു.
And also a lot of us have taken
it's not
exemptions.
something which is coming from the organization. It's probably coming from the client side, right? So organization will have certain guidelines from the client that these professionals they are working with them should have certain degrees and certain certifications. So we'll have to go as per that. So Santosh, if you want to add some points on the certifications and the graduates,
Yeah. See, as Justin Barnabole, that's a very important part to have that degree, because I'll tell you a couple of things. It's a practical scenario. Most of the MNCs or Big Fours, they offer secondment opportunities, right? Rotation opportunities to other countries as well. Even we have seen practical challenges when we are applying for a visa. Okay, so let's say that you joined a Big Four and suddenly you got a opportunity to travel on site, and you don't want to lose it out just because you didn't have a degree certificate. So angantha pala practical scenarios nammal kandittund. But just one thing, to just answer your question earlier, Sneha, ഇപ്പം നിങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കുന്ന ആൾക്കാർ ACCA ആ ഒരു ഇതില് I don't think you need to do anything extra. I mean, apart from this degree, or don't get confused by this data analytics and all. Those are all future stuffs, okay? നിങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കുന്നതിൽ തന്നെ I think the course is very elaborate and then very what do you say, concise in its syllabus, and it is actually giving you a lot of exposure. അപ്പോ ഒരുപാട് എന്താ പറയാ ടോപ്പിക്സ് ഉണ്ട്, CA, ACCA, വിച്ച് ഇസ് ബെറ്റർ, വിച്ച് ഇസ് ദിസ്, അങ്ങനെയൊന്നുമില്ല. ഈവൻ ഐ ക്യാൻ സേ എന്റെ ടീമിൽ ഒരുപാട് ACCA സ്റ്റാഫ്സ് ഉണ്ട്, ആൻഡ് ഐ റേറ്റ് ബോത്ത് ഓഫ് ദം ഓൺ ദ സെയിം പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോം. എന്താ പറയാ, I have nearly 40-50 members in my span itself. So it's all on the same front. One and the practical challenges only what is defining at the beginning. For example, some of you may not have that articleship, which is okay. But one thing which predominantly defined is Excel knowledge, because some of you may not have worked on Microsoft Excel before you joined. അത് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് കുറച്ച് എന്താ പറയാ എക്സ്ട്രാ വർക്കുന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ, because we have to start from scratch on the Excel training. ആ ഒരു ഇത് മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. But I'll tell you one thing, a person who knows Excel really well is a superstar in any organization. Excel അറിയുന്ന ഒരാൾക്ക് ബാക്കി എന്ത് കാര്യങ്ങളും ഒരു സ്റ്റെപ്പ് ബാക്ക് ആണെങ്കിലും that person is like a star in the organization. He can do a lot of things. Apo that is one skill set probably I will say you can add, which will really get you, make your life easier a lot. Apo probably that's one thing which I'll add to what Jasmine said.
Maybe
So,
about this, I have a question actually. Maybe ജസ്വിൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സന്തോഷ്, അതായത് നമ്മൾ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് എപ്പോഴും ചോദിക്കുന്നതാണ്, അതായത് ഇപ്പം സ്കിൽ കോഴ്സസ് ആസിന് ഇപ്പം എക്സൽ ആയാലും ഡേറ്റ അനലിറ്റിക്സ് ആയാലും ഒക്കെ ഇവര് ഈ ചിലപ്പം ഒരു 1 to 2 days ഫ്രീ കോഴ്സസ് ചെയ്യും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അങ്ങനത്തെ ചെറിയ ചെറിയ സർട്ടിഫിക്കേഷൻസ് ചെയ്യും. സോ ഡസ് ഇറ്റ് മാറ്റർ ലൈക്ക് സർട്ടിഫിക്കേഷൻ പ്രോപ്പർ വാലിഡ്, ഇപ്പം പ്രോപ്പർ ആയിട്ട് ഒരു ചാനലിൽ നിന്ന് കറക്റ്റ് ഓത്തറൈസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വാലിഡ് സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റ് എന്നുള്ളത് ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് ആണോ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇഫ് ദേ ജസ്റ്റ് ആഡ് ലൈക്ക് ഒരു പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ ഇത് മെൻഷൻ ചെയ്ത് സർട്ടിഫിക്കേഷൻ ഉണ്ട് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഒരു സർട്ടിഫിക്കേഷന്റെ വാലിഡിറ്റി ഇമ്പോർട്ടന്റ് ആണോ എന്ന് അറിയാം.
so I'll just answer that, Sapna. So, see, so Excel is something see, certification we don't look at from an Excel perspective. What all you need to do is a practice. Excel നമുക്ക് ഒരിക്കലും ഒരു സർട്ടിഫിക്കേഷൻ എടുത്ത് വെച്ചിട്ട് അതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാനില്ല. സോ ഇപ്പൊ യൂട്യൂബ് വഴിയോ അല്ലെ ലിങ്ക്ഡിൻ ലേണിംഗ് വഴിയോ ഒരു എക്സൽ ട്രെയിനിങ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് നമ്മൾ വി നീഡ് ടു പ്രാക്ടീസ് ഇറ്റ്. ആൻഡ് എക്സൽ യു വോണ്ട് ഗെറ്റ് ഇറ്റ് ഇൻ എ ഡേ. സോ എന്റെ ലാസ്റ്റ് ഓർഗനൈസേഷനിൽ വേർ സന്തോഷ് വർക്ക് റൈറ്റ് നൗ, ദേ ഡു എക്സൽ ട്രെയിനിങ് ഫോർ ദീസ് ക്രാഷ് കോഴ്സ് ടൈപ്പ് ഓഫ്. പക്ഷെ അവർക്ക് അത് പെട്ടെന്ന് പഠിച്ചെടുക്കാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല. അത് നമ്മൾ ഈ വീട്ടിൽ നിന്നിട്ട് പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യണം. യൂട്യൂബിന് അത് നോക്കി ഈ സ്റ്റെപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കി, ഓക്കെ ദിസ് ഇസ് കമ്മിങ് റൈറ്റ് നൗ. സോ അങ്ങനെ സ്റ്റാർട്ടിങ് ഫ്രം എ സ്മോൾ തിങ്.
From a fresher point of view, but from a fresher point of view, when we speak
probably,
like
yeah, something that they may say that they have certification, but when we give some task, നമ്മൾ എക്സൽ അയച്ചു കൊടുത്തിട്ട് അവരോട് ഒരു പ്രോബ്ലം ചെയ്യാൻ പറയുമ്പോൾ if they're not able to do, doesn't make any sense, right? You having a certificate, you're not able to do it. So that's what we do it. I mean, when we get some profiles, we give them some Excel exercise, and if they're not able to come out with the result, then doesn't make any sense if you have a certificate. I'm talking only from an Excel perspective. Excel you need to practice. Without practicing, you won't be able to kind of learn Excel. But others, if you're talking from an IT guy or maybe a other guy from a project management perspective, if you have a PMO certification, they don't literally check anything on PMO. That certificate matters a lot. Or maybe a IT guy with a .NET certificate, they look at the certificate. I mean, that's something important. But Excel is not something that we look at that way. Probably data analytics certifications are something wherein which we look at if somebody is taking a data analytics certificate, 3 months to 5 to 1 year courses you have. So that if you have, of course, yeah, that has a value. Santosh, you can add your points.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question. Like we did mention about having a degree is always a great plus, but there are some students who have exemptions. Like some people have 6 paper exemptions, some have 9 paper exemptions. So how do you think it will affect them, or will it affect them at all?
So people who have done BCom will get exception, is what you're trying to ask me, or?
yeah.
For example, like my college, I'm from Christ University. We have 9 papers exemption because we are affiliated with ACCA. So we get 9 paper exemptions. Some colleges like St. Joseph's in Bangalore, they get 7 papers exemption. So in that case,
Correct. I think Rajagiri has this. So see that again, there are certain things. Okay, so if you have the next paper clear, then only this matter, right? So otherwise, doesn't make any sense. So if you clear the remaining 3 papers, of course you are equivalent to SCA, but otherwise it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So while we recruit, what happens is that we look at the result of these 9 papers. We would, if somebody has, there are people who does BCom, and if they're going to write the papers, I think they have 4 papers exemption for the general BCom, right? So that we look at if they have cleared other papers. Otherwise, that may not have any value.
okay. Okay, so I would like
I
to
think
move
I
on to
just
the
saw
question.
some chat on the somebody tagged me and asked one question on the opportunities they get it in the Big Four sometimes back. So see, even though it was pandemic, I would say that these ACCA, CP and TA had a lot of opportunities, and lot of big organization has this attrition problem. And correct me, Santosh, if I'm wrong. So there are a lot of people coming from their organization to my organization, and my organization their place, and so it always happens. So that means that you have opportunities. Also, pressure perspective, there are a lot of opportunities at this point. Only thing is that you need to, since all of us are working virtually right now, you need to rightly connect with the right people. So one is that your networking is very much critical. I would say that in last 1 year I would have placed around 5 to 10 people who are qualified ACCS to EY and other big four. So including my firm. So we have done that. So that because they would have reached out to me through LinkedIn. So what you all need to do is go to LinkedIn, search for HR, EY, Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, BDO, whatever you get your recruiter slash, add them. So whenever they post some position, you will be able to see that and you will be able to send across the resumes. You don't know which one click for you, right? So that's something that you need to, otherwise job will not come and somebody will not come and give you jobs, right? You need to apply for it, you need to search for it. That's something so these days networking is very critical, and you need to connect with the people. At times you may not get a response from the recruiters and HR, because see, if I look at my LinkedIn chat, I would have probably 5,000 6,000 chats I need to clear, because I may not be able to clear everything. But at times, when I post something and if I get some response, we respond to it. And when we put the mail ID and we respond to, we put the post, we will look at all those profiles. If somebody is asking if you have any opportunities, we may not be able to respond. But when we put some post and if somebody is asking some question, we will be able to do that. So you need to do that. So connect with people often and be active in LinkedIn. And Naukri, I won't say that may not be that efficient or effective like LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is very, very effective. So
Yeah, definitely.
connect via LinkedIn to all these professionals in the HR world.
Okay.
And of
So,
course, CA managers also post these days directly, a lot of positions. So that also at times help you.
okay, so since we are on this topic, I would like to ask you. A Big Four company, definitely you will have applications pouring in at all, throughout the year. So, what makes you pick a particular application? For example, like how do you scrutinize these job applications, and what are the common mistakes made by these applicants?
So now, if you ask me, 3 years or probably 2018, if I'm not wrong, we used to have the written test in papers, right? So that is no more in any of the big fours, if I recall. So we do not have any more manual written test nowadays. So what happens is that most of the big fours, not only big fours, most of the companies these days outsource the test to some third party, maybe
Okay.
a skill assessment company. We don't know who has. So when you send CVs, we will send the CVs to them. They copy paste the mail IDs, and they will send the link to these people who are appearing for the test. So one is that uh, there is no discrimination. Basically, we have that parity that all of them will get equal chances. Whoever is clearing the test, and we cannot involve and say that you need to take that particular candidate. We cannot do that in that format. So when you
Right.
do it, so they will give us a list of students who cleared the exam from there are 5 areas that we always 5 to 6 areas that we always give it when it's a test. One is psychometric, probably. Second would be English. Then your auditing and accounting areas, and then your
Yeah.
communication. These are predominantly 4 areas that we look at. Then again, if the business is saying something more specific, that will be added as a part of test. That depends again on the organization. But these are 4 areas that we do test: psychometric, communication, your audit and accounting, basic, audit and accounting, and the communication. So these are some of the areas that you always need to kind of focus. You need to practice that. It's not about clearing ACCA. It's about you clearing this particular test also. For that again, you need to practice. Why? Because if you come to Kerala, and especially in Kochi, if I put a job posting for an ACCA, I would get more than 1,000 applications, and probably the opportunities are 100 or 150. So the easiest way of filtering this candidate is the test. Once they clear the test, probably say out of this 1,300 is clearing the test. Next would be the kind of technical and interviews that we have. There, what we look at, probably Santosh can answer that. What you look at from a CA perspective, but from an HR perspective, what we would look at is the person who is good at communicating is first thing. So communication is very important. So let me tell you guys from my examples that I have, whatever the interviews that I have done, we have rejected good candidates just because of the fact that they're not able to communicate. They would be
Yeah.
scoring a good score in all the audits, and also the English grammar. See, the Malayalis, one good thing is that they know the grammar very well, but they don't know how to talk it, right? So when we they are good at exam, so they clear the exam. I'm 100% sure many of you will clear the exam, but when you talk to your stakeholders and clients, you should be able to communicate them with good, good language, good grammar. So that's something that we look at from most of the big fours, because your clients are going to be US, UK, or Canada, or probably Middle East. You cannot survive with Malayalam there. So that's something that we always look at. So start reading in Hindu newspapers, or maybe Indian Express and some of those newspapers, and try to practice language, like talk yourself,
Yes.
close the room and talk yourself. That's something that I have done in my olden days when I was attending my interview. So talk yourself, improve your communication skill, and try to clear the exam. So basically the aptitude test, you'll get a lot of model question papers on Google. Try to practice with that. And these are something that we look at from an audit perspective. Santosh, can you probably cover some of those areas that you would look at as an interviewer? Because it's a
Yeah,
panel,
sure,
of a serious the HR people we sit. So Santosh can add more points.
No,
I
I
would
think
like
Jasmine
to
covered
tell
the
that
most
Jasmine ma'am
important.
has these vlogs called as Pro Stories, and she helps students to know more about
Oh my God.
how to communicate well and everything. So if you just watch her videos, it'll help you all better. Yes, you may please continue.
No, I think Jasmine said the most important thing, and that was on communication. Namaka in Kerala, we are all, majority of us were shy at one point of time to, converse in English, right? If Namaduru group, peer group, the first choice is always Malayalam. We don't speak among ourselves in English or something. But as Jasmine said, this is very, very important, because from now onwards, it's not just for you. If you want to ensure that the communication is happening to the clients, your stakeholders, it is very important that, we are developing ourselves in this to this extent. It's much more important than we think it is. So ഇതിൽ ഏറ്റവും നല്ലത് എന്താ പറയാ, പതുക്കെ നമ്മൾ സംസാരിച്ച് കൊണ്ടുവരിക തന്നെ ചെയ്യുക. എന്താ പറയാ, as Jasmine said, start reading, start watching, or just start speaking. That's the most important thing. Just take an effort and that will help you a long way in getting through.
Yes.
Because first round they will evaluate that, and that's when it gets placed into the technical rounds. So technical rounds il njan parayanannundengil ഏറ്റവും most important thing you need to understand is that ഒരു 10 minutes ആയിരിക്കും നമുക്ക് മേജർലി കിട്ടുന്ന സമയം ഇന്റർവ്യൂല്. ഇപ്പൊ ജസ്വിൻ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ if you have a walk in or something like that, ഒരു 600-700 people is what we are expecting, right? അപ്പോ ഇത്രയും ആൾക്കാർ വരുമ്പോൾ how do you decide on the right candidate or the best candidates in such a short time? Okay, the walk-ins might be spread across ഒരു 2 ദിവസമോ 3 ദിവസമോ. സോ നിങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ടത് എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ ഒരാൾക്ക് കിട്ടാൻ പോകുന്ന സമയം ഒരു 10 minutes ആണ്. അപ്പൊ അതിൽ നിങ്ങൾ സ്ട്രക്ചർ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് ഫസ്റ്റ് തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ഒരു ടെൽ മീ അബൌട്ട് യുവർ സെൽഫ് ഉണ്ടാവും, where you will take through the background of what you are doing. Just keep it very precise. എത്രയാണ് നമുക്ക് വേണ്ടത്? 90 seconds. Don't go beyond that. Okay, ensure that you're covering the major points. I can still recall കഴിഞ്ഞ വർഷം walk-in ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. I think it was a year before that. I had one candidate, and that tell me about yourself went for around 3 to 4 minutes. That person was speaking to me about her family, what her father is doing, what mother is doing, what some extended relatives in Middle East were doing. But she was speaking very passionately that I didn't want to stop her as well. But make sure that you keep it precise. Okay. Second thing is that നിങ്ങൾ ഒന്നാമത് freshers ആണ്, most of you who are coming in. So you will be evaluated from that perspective only. എന്താ പറയാ, we will not have an expectation of a senior or an assistant manager when you guys come. So ആ ഒരു ബേസിക് ലെവലിലുള്ള ഒരു പ്രിപ്പറേഷൻ, അതായത് നിങ്ങൾ പഠിച്ചത് ACCAക്ക് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ അഡ്വാൻറ്റേജ് എന്താ അറിയോ, you guys know IFRS better than CAs. അപ്പോ IFRS is one area that you guys, because IFRS is predominantly from UK, right, from ACCA. So our area probably better than CAs, you guys have a much more advantage. And ഞാൻ നോട്ടീസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഡിഫറൻസ് ഫ്രം CA. മോസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് യുവർ പേപ്പേഴ്സ് ഓർ നിങ്ങൾ പഠിച്ച കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ പ്രാക്ടിക്കൽ ബേസ്ഡ് സിനാരിയോസ് ആണ്. നിങ്ങളുടെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസും ഓർ the business cases that you get in your exam, practical based scenarios ആണ്. I still feel that CA is I think 1 or 2 years behind in terms of ACCA in terms of that. So these two are your advantages. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഓൾറെഡി യു ആർ ഫെമിലിയർ വിത്ത് ഓൾ ദീസ് കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് തിങ്സ്, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ചോദിക്കുന്നതും ഈ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു ഫ്രഷറുടെ അടുത്ത് നിന്ന് നമ്മൾ എക്സ്പെക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ആ ബേസിക് തിങ് ആണ്. And the most important thing, if Sneha, you're coming to the organization tomorrow, one basic thing that I am evaluating is, do you have that attitude in you? ആ ഒരു ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ഉണ്ടോ? ഇഫ് യു മേ നോട്ട് നോ എവറിത്തിങ്. ഇപ്പൊ ഒരു ഇന്റർവ്യൂല് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും അറിയണം എന്നില്ല. എന്താ പറയാ, ഒരു സാധനം പെട്ടെന്ന് ചോദിക്കുമ്പോൾ അറിയാത്തതുണ്ടെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലും ഒരു കുഴപ്പമില്ല. എന്താ പറയാ, ആ പറയുന്ന സാധനം ഇഫ് യു ആർ ഏബിൾ ടു ആർട്ടിക്കുലേറ്റ് ഇറ്റ് ബെറ്റർ, ഇഫ് യു ക്യാൻ പുട്ട് ഫോർവേഡ് ഓവർ ദെയർ, ആൻഡ് ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് ഇനഫ്. ആൻഡ് വാട്ട് ഐ വിൽ ബി ലുക്കിംഗ് ഫോർവേഡ് ഇസ്, നാളെ ഞാൻ നമ്മുടെ ഓർഗനൈസേഷനിൽ വന്നാൽ I know what is the nature of work that you will be getting, right? ഈ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ ഈ പറഞ്ഞ കാൻഡിഡേറ്റിന് പറ്റുമോ ഇല്ലയോ ഉള്ളതാണ് മെയിൻലി നോക്കുക. So it's your attitude that will count more. You know, how you present yourself over there, how you're able to put your words into, that sentence. And, and if you're able to answer 10 questions ചോദിച്ചാൽ അതിലൊരു 6 എണ്ണം നല്ല രീതിയിൽ ആൻസർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റിയാൽ തന്നെ I think I will say you will have a very good chance. And as I said, from a fresher, the expectation is very minimal. Basic concepts. Our concepts എത്ര തറവാണെന്നുള്ളതാണ് നോക്കുക. You will not be given with so many scenarios, maybe 1 or 2 scenarios, but the basic concepts in accounting, auditing, IFRS, all these areas. അത്രേ വേണ്ടു.
Okay, so I have one last question for you. The thing is, I have a lot of friends who just recently started working, and I have seen them stress themselves out like really badly. So, do you think that in this scenario, like it's really not motivating people to take up professional courses and actually work for it? Because even if you love that subject, you'll start hating it eventually. So, what do you have to say about that?
I think that's a very, very valid question. Because see, and I will not sugarcoat the answer. And I will not say it to sugarcoat it and keep it. The honest answer is that there will be times when things are tough, and that is very true. Okay, that's the honest answer. But there is always 2 sides to a coin, right? There are 2 sides. For example, if you take a Big Four auditing scenario, let's take a statutory audit scenario. There is the busy season as well as a lean season. And in the lean season, you won't see many people asking why I don't have much work also, right? Okay, but in busy season, we'll ask why we have so much of work as well. But so it's a pros and cons. എല്ലാ പ്രൊഫഷനിലും അതിൻ്റെതായ ഒരു ചെറിയൊരു എന്താ പറയാ pros and cons ഉണ്ടല്ലോ. എന്താ പറയാ, what we need to do. For example, if you take a doctor's profession, you need to have you will have duty days, you will be working non-stop 24/7, right? But why do you still do it? Because you are interested to do it. Appo the answer is that there will be times when things are tough, but the only thing which I have to say, I've seen a lot of people ചിലപ്പോ ഒരു ദിവസം മോശമായാൽ തന്നെ എന്താ പറയാ, എനിക്ക് ഈ പ്രൊഫഷൻ പറ്റില്ല, ഐ എം ഫെഡ് അപ്പ് വിത്ത് ഓഡിറ്റ്, എനിക്ക് ഫൈനാൻസ് പറ്റില്ല, ഐ വോണ്ട് ടു ഡു സംതിങ് വിച്ച് ഇസ് 9 to 5 മതി എനിക്ക്, ഓർ സംതിങ് ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ്, ഈ കാര്യങ്ങള്. ബട്ട് യു ഹാവ് ടു തിങ്ക് ഫ്രം എ ലോങ് ടേം. കാരണം ഒരുപാട് കേസസ് ഐ സീ ഡിഫറെന്റ് കേസസ് എവറി ഡേ, ഡിഫറെന്റ് ചാലഞ്ചസ് എവറി ഡേ ഇൻ വർക്ക്, ഓർ നോട്ട് ജസ്റ്റ് വർക്ക്, ഈവൺ ഇൻ പീപ്പിൾ മാനേജ്മെന്റ്. നിങ്ങൾ ഈ ഒരു വർക്ക് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വേറൊരു വർക്ക്, you will not be sitting as a fresher every time, right? Nala, if I ask, Sneha, you will be going into the position of an assistant manager, director, or even partner. So at one point or the other, you guys all will be leaders tomorrow. Okay, innu nammal we are at the gate nu parnalum, nala we will be in a position where you will be mentoring a lot of people downstairs, or below you, sorry. And I've seen cases where oru dusam vechittu don't judge anything. The phase may be bad, okay, but not the journey. So there will be times when things are tough. There will be times when the clients may be, forcing things. And these are areas where, you should bring out your, that management skills, that leadership skill, how to put it across diplomatically, how not to behave impulsively, how to have that cool, calm thought, because in a Big Four or an MNC, you are not just one person. If something happens to you, you have a lot of people who are there to support you. Okay, yeah. It is not unlike, a CA practice that you are doing with a local audit firm, or you are starting over there. There are a lot of people to support you. So, and you will definitely get that support also. But don't start it off on a, ഒരു പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ വർക്ക് ശരിയായില്ല എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് എനിക്ക് ഈ ഫീൽഡ് പറ്റില്ല, എനിക്കിത് ശരിയാവില്ല, ഓക്കെ, ഐ വിൽ റാദർ ഗോ ടു സംതിങ് ദാറ്റ് പേസ് മീ ലെസ് ബട്ട് ഐ ഹാവ് മനസമാധാനം കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് തിങ്. സോ അങ്ങനെയൊന്നും ചിന്തിക്കരുത്. ബിക്കോസ് ഐ ഹാവ് നോട്ടീസ്ഡ് ഒരു ദിവസം തല പോകുന്ന പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടായ കേസസ് പോലും ഒരു 2 ആഴ്ച കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് അത് എന്താ സംഭവം എന്ന് പോലും എന്താ പറയാ മറന്നുപോയ കേസസ് ആണ്. So everything will change, you know, it is not one day, it's nothing permanent. So, and as you grow up, you learn how to handle the work-life balances. You know, once you become an expert. ഇപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഒരു എക്സാമ്പിൾ പറയുകയാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഒരു IFRS 16 അറിയാലോ, ലീസസ്. IFRS 16 ക്ലിയർ ആയിട്ട് പഠിക്കാത്ത ഒരാൾക്ക് അതിന്റെ റിലേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ട് എന്ത് വർക്ക് ചെയ്താലും ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടേ ആവുള്ളൂ. പക്ഷെ അത് നല്ല രീതിയിൽ പഠിച്ച ഒരാൾക്ക് അതിന്റെ എന്ത് വർക്ക് വന്നാലും ചലഞ്ചിങ് ആയിട്ടേ വരുള്ളൂ. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഓൾ ഡിപ്പെൻഡ്സ് ഓൺ ഹൗ കോൺഫിഡന്റ് യു ആർ ഇൻ ദാറ്റ് പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ തിങ്. ഓക്കെ, അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. സോ ആസ് യു ഗ്രോ അപ്പ്, ആസ് യു ലേൺ മോർ, if you have that attitude and if you show that interest, it will automatically fall in place. So it will be tough at times, but you need to just understand that it will not always be tough. That's all.
Okay.
All right. So I will also add some of the points related to it from my kind of feedback that I get from people. And so guys, you are the one who is selecting this field, right? So no one asked you to take this course. It's because you have the passion and you have taken. So you need to understand one thing, that audit, tax, the internal audit, all these work with certain timelines and deadlines. So mostly the filing time, and that's a time where in which you need to stretch and work a lot. Probably there are times where auditors work till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. And this is even applicable to me when I have my year-end increment time. I will have to work till morning, then only you guys will get your increment letters. Similarly, a IT engineer, when he has to kind of launch some project or some tool, he need to work till morning, and he probably will have to do. So it's happening. I've worked in hospital, so I started with my career with a hospital in Bangalore, and there is like doctors who work day and night. So I used to do some night shift, and we call the doctor for some surgery. They have to get up from the sleep and they have to come. It's there in all the job. Otherwise, I said it could be some teaching or something of that sort. But I don't know what's the fun that you get from that, because it's an easy job. I would say. But again, it's not that, because the things have changed. So from an audit perspective, that's something I would say, that you have audit and tax. You have time lates, but if you, again, as I said in the beginning, if you go something like a research or maybe something of that sort with your SSC qualification, you may not have to stretch like how an auditor stretch. Like auditors are someone who work on timelines. That's the reason why they have to stretch. But some of the areas where in which you do research, or maybe merger and acquisition, it's something within the tax, or tax. I'm sorry, transaction basis services. There in which tax. So there you may not have to stretch like how an auditor. But if you're really passionate about audit, do audit, and then you have certain time as busy season. Probably for a US auditor, maybe it's January to March, and then they may get some free time, and then they have their mid-year, the filing and stuff like that. That time they may get little bit. But you have time when you may not have any work only. You will sit idle, and you will enjoy. So it's part of the job. So you need to accept that, and you need to understand that. Then only you'll be able to kind of contribute, yourself to the team and the organization. Yeah, that's mine.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have answered all my questions. Would you like to ask anything, ma'am?
Yeah. Actually, there are few questions, repeated questions in the comments. So I think, I don't know, maybe Santosh Nalangi, Jasmine, Arya, as in this question, please consider the request to comment on OBU's BSc in Applied Accounting. Can this be an alternative for BCom? Rather,
I was just looking at the other question which Kalpana Albin has mentioned on.
Okay, fine, no problem. Yeah, no problem.
About communication, another thing would be that we should try to speak to each other, not worry about trying to speak perfectly, rather to be able to communicate further. Okay, it's not a question, I think he has put some comment, right?
Yeah, actually, okay.
It's a comment, okay, fine. I thought it's a question. Okay.
Okay, can I come back to this one, BSc?
Yes.
It's like, when you do ACC, along with that, after you complete a certain papers, നമുക്ക് ഡയറക്ട്ലി സ്റ്റുഡൻസിന് BSc ഓണേഴ്സിന് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യാം. OBU ഡിഗ്രി പറയും നമ്മൾ. അപ്പം അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യാന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ യു ഹാവ് ടു സബ്മിറ്റ് എ പ്രോജക്ട് ആൻഡ് ഒരു മെന്ററിന്റെ അണ്ടറിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യണം. ആൻഡ് ആഫ്റ്റർ ദാറ്റ് നമുക്ക് ഈ OBU ഡിഗ്രി ലൈക്ക് വേറെ എക്സാംസ് ഒന്നും ഉണ്ടാവില്ല, ഐ ഗെസ്, ആൻഡ് യു ഗെറ്റ് ദ OBU ഡിഗ്രി ആസ് സച്ച്. സോ അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് മെന്റർഷിപ്പ്, ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ഈസി, ബട്ട് ഒരു മെന്ററിന്റെ രീതിയിൽ വർക്ക് ചെയ്ത് യു ഹാവ് ടു സബ്മിറ്റ് എ പ്രോജക്ട് ടു OBU. അങ്ങനെയാണ്. അപ്പം ദ ക്വസ്റ്റൻ ഇസ് ദാറ്റ് OBU BCom ഓൾട്ടർനേറ്റീവ് ആയിട്ട് എവിടെയെങ്കിലും OBU കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യാതെ ഇരിക്കുമോ ആസ് എ ഡിഗ്രി എന്ന് ചോദിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്.
I think the same can be done in
യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റി
right?
OBU
Master's-ന് അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഓപ്ഷൻ ഉണ്ട്.
I'm not sure. Santosh, do you? I mean, I'm not sure about this question because,
yeah, even I'm not sure on this requirement. So far, I've not seen it on the resumes that has come my way. But probably, every HR and, they have a vetting up process. So anything that is recognized will automatically be taken. So I don't think they need to worry on that. But sorry, I have not seen it so far in, the things that has come my way.
Okay.
But I think, see, one point I'd like to add, as Jasmine said, degree is important, but that will not stop you from not getting a job. If you are performing well in the interview, if you get that chance, അതൊരിക്കലും ഒരു തടസ്സമാവില്ല. എന്താ പറയാ, it's all something that you can take up along the way.
Actually, their concern is, resume shortlist ആവുമ്പോൾ if they അവർക്ക് BCom അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഡിഗ്രി ഇല്ല എന്ന് ഒരു റെസ്യൂമെ ഷോർട്ട് ലിസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാതിരിക്കുക, അതാണ് ആക്ച്വലി കൺസേൺ. അതാണ് അതുപോലെ OBUയുടെ കുറച്ച് ഇതിൽ ചോദിക്കുന്നത്.
Understood. I think yeah, Jasmine, go ahead.
Go ahead, son. No, you go ahead.
Yeah, so what I said is, I think when you're going for a walk-in kind of interview where, most of the big fours hire in bulk, majority of the resumes will go through if it meets the required demand. For example, if Jasmine parna bola ACCA 9 papers or 8 papers, our criteria, that's probably the first thing that will be looked into. So I've seen resumes where, people do not have a degree, but they have cleared this mandatory cutoff which that organization has kept. So we have taken a lot of people on that as well.
പിന്നെ വേറെ കാര്യം കൂടെ, ഇപ്പൊ എല്ലാ ബിഗ് ഫോഴ്സും നമ്മൾ ഈ ഒരു ക്രൈറ്റീരിയാസിന്റെ ഡിഗ്രി വേണം അല്ലെ MCom വേണം എന്നുള്ളത് നമ്മൾ ഫ്രം our side we are trying our level best to remove those things because there are a lot of very good candidates we are not able to select because of these some of the basic criteria, which is not a tough task for them, but probably they didn't want to do it. It's again your passion that whether you need to get a degree or a certificate, right? So നമ്മളെല്ലാം try ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. If you go to PwC for example, they may not look at certain degrees when they select people. They just directly go and hire people who have CA and CPA without a degree or PG. So but some firms like we all look at all that. So again, so that's again a firm to firm, they're client to client based requirements that we have. It's not a strict thing that we have, but it's there. So but over a period of time, guys, I mean, all this will move on. Why I'm telling that, if you look at some of my competitors, we have started something called Common Pool, wherein which it's not really that you are doing audit. So people have taken from different ACCA background, and they have capable for to work for a tax or a audit or an internal audit or a advisory or a transactional advisory or whatever. So what happens is these people will get training in all these areas, and they will be kind of put up in different teams based on the requirement of that particular team. So today you will be in audit, and after 2 months you will be in a different business. So you are a person who be able to do everything. You're capable to do everything, right? So that's something that just come up in the opposite. It's not that a auditor is only for an audit. You guys will have to. It's again part of our upskilling concept that we all are working on, because these days, we don't know where we are going, right? So we need to have this kind of multitasking